and take a dip in the special sauce pool.
Wow, that's a touchdown of flavor. That's a touchdown of flavor.
Hi guys, welcome back to CJ's Keto Kitchen. If you are looking to eat yourself healthy, one meal at a time, then you have come to the right channel. And tonight I am making something for the big game because I make something for the Super Bowl every year. And it's that time again. I am going to be making Big Mac Burger Bites. So come along with me and let's get started. So if you're not from the United States, there are McDonald's in other countries as well. And the Big Mac has been around since about 1967, and it is one of McDonald's best-selling burgers. We actually made a Big Mac salad a couple of years ago when we were visiting Hawaii, and we make it very often here. It's one of Izzy's very favorite and most requested dinners. So I thought I would make something along the lines of a slider, but without the bun, using the secret sauce that the Big Mac is famous for. So let's go ahead and get started. So you are going to need to preheat your oven to 400 degrees. Our little burger patties are going to go for a ride in the oven. So I am going to be doing my burger patties in a silicone mold so that they are all of a similar size. You don't have to do it that way, but I happen to have silicone molds and I enjoy using them. You could just form your little burger patties and put them on either silicone or parchment for easy removal. And these are only going to cook for about 15 minutes. So we are, of course, going to use ground beef for our Big Mac Burger Bites. Right. And I already have mine in my bowl, and I have about 1.5 pounds of ground beef. Mine is about 70-30 or so. It's not 80-20, it's a little bit leaner than that, but you can use whatever kind of ground beef that you have access to. Inside my ground beef, I have 1/3 of a chopped white onion. Traditionally in the Big Mac sandwich, the onion is on top, but I want it to stay within our burger a little bit better since these are going to be served appetizer style. So I went ahead and put the onion into my ground beef. If you don't care for onion, or you're going to be serving a mixed crowd or your family, then you can omit the onion, of course. So I just have my cookie scoop here. You could use a spoon if you wanted to. And I'm just going to start filling my silicone mold with our ground beef and pressing it down to make my little patties. And this is, of course, going to shrink a bit in the oven. And as I stated in the opening of the video, you could, of course, just lie down some parchment paper or a silicone mat and just freeform make your patties if you wanted to do it that way. These are only going to cook for a short time because they are so small. If you wanted to season your ground beef, you could, of course, do it that way. I just put a little bit of salt and pepper in mine. Not much, because we are going to be having our burger sauce, of course, and it is going to be liberally seasoned. But if you wanted to salt and pepper your beef, you could do that. Okay, there they are, ready to go into the oven. So I'm going to put them in our 400-degree oven, starting for about 15 minutes, and then I will check and see if they are done at that time. So now I am going to begin the secret sauce part of our Big Mac Burger Bites. And we love this dressing. As I said in the beginning, this is one of our family's favorite meals in the salad form. And it's very fun and easy dressing to make. And it does make a big difference in how the hamburgers taste. So I'm starting with 1/2 cup of mayonnaise. I'm using my mini food processor. I've also done this in the blender and that works well. So to the mayonnaise, the first thing that I'm going to add is about 3 cut up dill pickles. You could use relish if you wanted, but I had the dill pickles already, so I went ahead and just chopped them, and I do tend to like it just a little bit chunkier, but of course do whatever you'd like. So I'm just putting those guys in. I have a few seasonings here. I have salt, pepper, and garlic in about 1 teaspoon of each. I am going to be using a couple of squirts of yellow mustard, probably about 2 teaspoons worth. I'm also going to be using about 2 teaspoons worth of white vinegar. If you don't have white vinegar on hand, you can use the brine that is in the dill pickles if you are in a pinch. I'm going to be adding just a squeeze of liquid sweetener. I just like a slight sweetness to offset the acidity of the dressing. Now, the last ingredient, and one that I find extremely important for this particular sauce, is paprika. And I like smoked. It does make a difference. If you can't find smoked, regular paprika will be fine. And I like to use several shakes of this because it affects not only the taste, but also the color of our sauce. Now we are going to whirl this up, and then I'm going to give it a taste and make sure that it has the right balance that I'm looking for. I'm going to scrape the sides a bit. Now I'm going to give it a little taste and make sure that it is seasoned the way I would like it to be. It's very good. It's just right. I'm going to go ahead and pour it into a little serving bowl so that I can serve it with my little burgers. You can see that my little nuggets here have exuded quite a bit of oil, which is to be expected with a high-fat meat. So I'm going to transfer them to a little sheet of parchment here before I melt my cheese on them. So I have my little cut up pieces of American cheese here, and I'm just going to place a piece of American cheese on each little nugget of meat. And I'm just going to pop this back into our oven for a minute so the cheese will melt. American cheese is what is standard for a cheeseburger from the land of the Big Mac. If you wanted to use another kind of cheese, you could, but for authenticity's sake, I'm going to be using American. Okay, so I'm just going to pop these back in the oven for a second and let our cheese melt. It only took a second. There's our perfect little mini burgers. Don't they look cute? Okay, we're gonna let them cool for just a second, and then I will finish garnishing them, and we'll be ready to put them on the appetizer tray. I have my little snack tray here for the big game, and I'm going to go ahead and start garnishing our little tiny Big Mac bites. So I have cut little tiny pieces of lettuce, and I also have pickle chips. I got some little fancy toothpicks, so So I'm just going to go ahead and start assembling some of these. I'm just going to put my little piece of lettuce and my pickle chip. And then I'm going to, so this is what he looks like. Cute.
Go ahead and take a dip in the special sauce pool. All right. Tell us what you think.
Well, they're cute.
They are.
Wow. Touched that. Can't even eat it. Can't even talk. Wow. That's a touchdown of flavor.
Awesome.
I made that up myself.
Good job.
They actually really are good. The pickle is strong, but it does help that you dip it first and you put the sauce on the bottom, put that in your mouth. It's good. I'm looking forward to eating those.
Good.
So,
all right. Awesome.
Good job, baby. I think people will like them.
They're fun.
Yeah, and they were super simple to make.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.